New haircut, who dis? Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me. Today we're going to be doing a review on some new makeup I have here. Some of it is like stuff that's newly released. Other things have been out for a little bit, but they are newer to me. Products that I'm showing you guys today, I've already actually tried out, so I've formulated an opinion on these things, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you guys during today's video as we go along and apply these products. So if you want to see all the goodies I have here, just keep on watching. Alright, so my face is already primed. All the products I mentioned today or that I've used today, I am going to have listed in the description box below if you care to take a look. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into the foundation. So this is the Guerlain L'Essentiel Natural Glowing Foundation. I had already tested out this foundation for a few hours. So far I wasn't all that impressed, but I decided to give it another chance about 2 weeks ago, and so I did a full wear test. I decided to just not post that video anymore because I had mixed feelings on this foundation. So let's go ahead and start applying this, and I'll explain to you guys what my confusion was with this foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and shake it up, and I do like to use about 2 pumps of this foundation. By the way, I have mine in the shade 04N, and this is how it looks. So it is a liquid foundation, and it is quite runny, but not as much as other foundations that I've tried or that I have been trying. So that tells me that this is gonna give me a little bit more coverage than the foundations that I've been using more recently. And with that being said, Guerlain does claim this to give you a medium coverage with a natural finish. So when I first applied this foundation, that very first time that I said I did not really like it, I used a brush. And during my foundation word test review thing that I had done, I decided to use a sponge, and I've got to say, you guys, with a sponge, this foundation performs so much better. At least on me, everybody's different, but on me, I've already tried it multiple times with a sponge, and I love the finish of this foundation. I love how it wears. I just love everything about it. I've also tried it again with a brush, and again, I did not like the outcome of it with a brush. So that goes with pretty much any foundation. If you don't like it one way, give it a try with a different application tool because you may feel a little bit different. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this. Now, this does have a scent, and it's a pretty strong scent. At first, I was not a fan of it, but now I actually quite enjoy it, so I don't mind it as much. A great thing too about this foundation, now I'm not somebody that knows really much about ingredients or like the formulation of anything, but this is 97% derived of natural ingredients, so that is quite awesome. I think, you know, it makes me just more comfortable to use it. So yeah, so right off the bat, here we go. This is about a pump that I've used so far. I haven't applied anything on my forehead or that much even on my temples here, but this is just one pump, and it gives pretty good coverage. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply the rest. I am gonna build it up a little bit here in my cheek area where I need more coverage. I do have a lot of redness, a lot of hyperpigmentation, and all that fun stuff. So let me just go ahead and finish applying this so we can move on to the next product. Okay, so before actually moving on, I did want to show you guys the finish, and this is how my skin looks with 2 pumps of that foundation. So it feels very comfortable. It feels really nice. I only know that I have on foundation because I applied it, not because it feels heavy or anything. I think it does an amazing job at evening out my skin complexion, and yeah, I really like it. I don't think it's a 16-hour wear, but it does last a good 12 hours. So that's not bad for a foundation. Again, on me, 12 hours without really having to worry about it. If I want to make it last a little bit longer, then I'm going to have to put in the effort for it to look nice and extend its longevity. Now, as far as concealer, I don't have anything new. So real quickly, I'm going to apply the Born to Run Multi-Sculpting Concealer. I have mine in the shade Golden Beige. Alright, so moving forward, I want to real quickly talk about these new brushes that I got. These are from Sonia G. I got these the day that they were released. Currently it's sold out. These are only sold, I believe, at beautylish.com, so they are sold out at the moment, but they will be restocking. The thing is that because these are natural goat hairs and they're handmade, it does take a very long time for them to restock. So it is probably gonna be a couple of months before they become available again. I don't know for sure, but I just remember the very first time that she released her face brushes, I felt like it was eternity before they came back in stock because I was doing a no-buy when she first released them. So I couldn't purchase them then, and then when I was able to, I just had to wait. So that's why I immediately went ahead and purchased these when they came out. This is called the Sky Face Set. Now currently, or when it was available, it was only available in the set, but she usually releases things in sets and then starts selling her brushes individually. So perhaps when they become available again, she will be selling them individually. So I'm going to talk about these also as we go. So I need to set this under eye, I need to set the rest of my face. So let's first go into this brush here, and this is the classic cheek brush. It says here, this universal cheek brush hugs the curves of your face to softly diffuse blush, bronzer, and highlighter with minimal blending. Well, today we're going to use it to set our makeup. Great about all of these especially is that you can use them for a multitude of things. So even though she says this one's great for highlighter, you can use this one also to set your makeup. This one is great for finishing powders, but you can also use it for a bronzer, you can use it for blush. You can use all of these for many different things. So that is what's awesome. I do want to say that the very first time I used these, we took a trip to Bryce Canyon. On my way to Bryce, I did my makeup in the car using these brushes and the palette that I'm going to be using next, which is the Ghost face palette from Hourglass. So these were made to be travel friendly because they are multitasking brushes, and I believe her goal for this was to create a set that's good for someone that's beginning to do the makeup or beginning a brush collection. I did want to do like a whole dedicated video just using these brushes, but at this point there are just so many out, and because I was out of town, my sister was here visiting, now I just feel like it's a little bit too late to do a dedicated video. So moving on, we are going to be using this new face palette from Hourglass. Hourglass has finally released, oh, finally, we're still in September, what am I talking about? Just because I saw pictures of these, I couldn't wait for it to be released, but they have released their holiday collection. As of right now, this is the only thing that I purchased. I purchased this straight from the Hourglass website because I just could not wait till it was available at Sephora. But at this point, it's available pretty much anywhere where Hourglass is sold, I believe. They also came out with a quad of blushes. I really want that. I also want the eyeshadows, but I'm gonna hold off. I'm in no rush of getting that. So if they're still available when Sephora has their next VIP sale, then I'll probably pick those up by then. So we'll see. What convinced me to get this is that I pulled out last year's face palettes, and this one's the Unlocked palette, is it? Yes. And I started playing with this one before they released their holiday collection for this year, and I remembered how much I really liked all of the products in here. So I decided to just go ahead and get this one first instead. Now the first two powders are existing products for Hourglass. I believe everything else is new. So I actually already have these. I'm going to use the Diffused Light first. So I'm just going to apply this under the eye area, and this does a really good job at setting the concealer and brightening. And so now just with the same brush, I'm gonna go ahead and mix the two finishing powders. And then I'm just gonna tap it all over my face to set the foundation. Now this foundation, I don't really feel like you need to set if you don't want to, but for the sake of using all these products, I'm doing it today. The highlighter in this palette is called the Iridescent Strobe Light. So it's this one right here. I'll go ahead and swatch it. Let me blend that out. So hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. Now this is a pink highlighter, which I don't mind. It's also a little subtle, which I also don't mind. Like for an everyday basis, I do prefer a more subtle highlighter anyway. However, there's something about this that I don't like. So I'm gonna apply it with the mini cheek brush, and here it says it is perfect for precision application. The mini cheek deposits product in targeted areas while letting you build up the intensity for the look you want. Yes, actually, I think this one will probably also be good for sculpting. So I'm gonna have to give that a try. I've really only been using it to highlight, and I love the size of it for highlighting. So as you can see, it does give like that highlighting effect. However, it's not flattering. There's just really nothing about this highlighter that I like. And I do feel like you guys hopefully can see that. Let me do this other cheek. It kind of leaves like a white cast. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't. When I first watched it, I was like, oh, that could be nice, but no. So it's kind of disappointing because I'm over here trying to justify this palette, but at the end of the day, if now that I've tried it, I'm given the option to purchase it, I wouldn't. I honestly, I don't think, for me at least, it's not worth it. The rest of the products work really, really nicely. Again, the setting powders I really like. I already own them. But comparing this palette with the one from last year, I absolutely prefer the Unlocked palette from last year. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bronze before we move on. So I'm gonna use the Master Face brush. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the screen. So it's this one right here. And it says, this is a big fluffy powder brush made for blending and buffing. The Master Face deposits powder evenly across the skin for a seamless result even when you're in a rush. I've got to say, this brush is definitely my favorite one out of the set. I enjoy the set completely. Every single brush in here I really, really like. The only one that I'm indifferent about is the fan brush, just because I don't use those that often. But this Master Face brush is just amazing, amazing. If I only had to pick one for whatever random reason, I would pick this one. It does an amazing job with powder foundations, so I do recommend it if you're someone that likes to use powder foundations. But today we're going to use it for our bronzer. So I'm picking up the bronzer from this Ghost palette. It is the Eternal Bronze Light. This one's actually quite nice, so I do enjoy this bronzer a lot. And yeah, with this brush, it's all just, oh my gosh, it makes it so easy. I'm telling you guys, when I first did this, I did it in a car. Mind you, I get car sick, by the way, so the fact that I was even able to move around and do stuff was quite a relief for me. But it was nice to, I did a really simple look. I mean, granted, we were going to Bryce Canyon, so we were doing a little hike, but, and I say little, but I suffered during that hike. But still, other brushes and the palette as a whole did perform really well. Just not a fan of that highlighter. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to contour a little bit. So I'm going to jump to this sculpting powder from A Quan. I have mine in the shade medium. And I want to use this worker fan brush. Apply any product without harsh streaks or edges with this airy fan brush. It's a smaller, more compact version of Sonia's best-selling Sculpt 1 brush. I wonder if I have that one actually. I know I have one of her big fan brushes, but I'm not sure if it's the one that they're comparing this one to, just a smaller version, so I don't know. I can't tell you guys right now. So just because I want to use this in today's video, we're going to contour. Just so you guys, too much powder. So just so you guys see how this brush works. And it's actually a really nice brush. I don't know what it is about fan brushes in me. And honestly, I usually contour before bronzing, but today we're doing it backwards. It's all right. So I just contour the nose here a little bit. But yeah, this brush is very nice and soft. If I would have had the chance to just buy these individually, again, because I'm not that much of a fan of fan-shaped brushes, I would have just skipped this one. Now lastly, I'm going to go in with the soft cheek brush. This is my number 2 brush from this set. So the website says this domed powder brush delivers sheer to medium coverage with fluffy, light as air bristles. Use with any product from blush and contour products to finishing powder. Actually, I probably would have really liked this one more for contouring now that I read that, but okay, we're gonna use it for blush. That's actually mainly how I've been using this brush. These 2 blushes are really nice. Let's go in with the lighter shade. And then I'll apply it here. That looks nice. Like, you know, for days like you don't want like a super pigmented or like bright blush, this one looks really, really pretty. This is just a very nice everyday blush that really highlights your face. Now for the other cheek, we'll go ahead and use the Iridescent Rose. Is it iridescent? Yes. By the way, I did wipe off this brush. Now here is this other cheek with Iridescent Rose. So as you can see, they're actually not too far off from each other. This one is just more pigmented, but I feel like the tones are actually quite similar. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and mix the 2 and then go over these and then just have a whole bunch of blush on. Okay, and that is the face using the Ghost palette. I think my skin looks healthy. I think it's still more on the natural side and nothing looks heavy. The bronzer is very seamless. The highlight is nothing special. So I went ahead and applied this Nudestix eye color in the shade Chocolate. I applied it all over my lid and buffed it out with this brush. This is a Luxie 209 large shadow brush. So I just wanted to add like a base. I also did apply some on my bottom lash lines, but that's not a new product. So I just went ahead and did that real quickly. But on the lids, I want to use this guy right here. So this is from Chantecaille. This is how it looks inside. Now, let me explain to you a little bit of what this is. So this is the Luminescent eye shade in the color Rhinoceros, and it is described as a sophisticated olive. So I do want to read a little bit with how they support these organizations. It says here, the Celtic Wildlife Trust has expanded Kenya's Meru National Park Rhino Sanctuary, which has helped enhance its security to keep endangered rhinoceros safe from poachers. Chantecaille is proud to support the efforts with 5% of each sale. I really do like that there's a cause behind it. So I think it's amazing. They came out with a total of 6 different single eyeshadows that represent Africa's most endangered animals. So if you guys want to take a look at those, I think they're just very, very beautiful. I have been waiting to get my hands on at least one of these. So the one that I chose has an olive undertone. I think if I were to purchase another one, it would definitely be the Giraffes. Now this one here is really nice. Let me do a swatch real quickly. So this is how it looks inside. Again, it's very tiny. I mean, it's good for a single eyeshadow, but just it's quite small. I prefer to apply this with my finger. There is definitely fallout with these eyeshadows, so you want to be careful. And I really like the shimmer of this. I love the color. I think this one is really nice to wear any time of the day. I would wear this. I mean, I wore this earlier today and it looked really nice. I wore it on its own. I think any time of the day, because it's not, although it's very, very glittery, it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. I guess maybe the undertone is what helps it look more wearable. But it is a really pretty shade. The glitter does end up pretty much getting all over your eyes. So just be aware. So this is the Life Liner from Huda Beauty. It's in the shade Extreme Black. And in one end you get the pencil eyeliner. So this is how it looks. Let me do a quick swatch. I semi wiped off that eyeshadow. I can't speak. And then on the other end, it's a twist. You get the liquid eyeliner. And these are horrible swatches. So that was that. Ooh, that looks horrible. Horrible, horrible swatches. Okay, so I actually have not used the pencil side. I've only used the liquid side. So far, I like it. I do not love it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this real quickly. The reason why I don't love it is because I don't feel like it glides on super easily. I feel like it doesn't skip. I don't know how to explain. Let me put it on real quick and then maybe I'll be able to explain a little bit better. The nice thing with this is that use it flat like this, it'll be thicker. But then if you use it this way, you can create a much more defined eyeliner. So it's nice that you have different ways, like different options of applying this. So I'm gonna use it with the thinner side. And I cannot talk while I'm doing this, so I'm just gonna do this real quickly. I don't know, I feel like I just cannot get like a really precise line. I always have to kind of go back and make it look more even, make my line look more straight is I guess what I'm trying to say. Alright, so we'll leave that alone. But yeah, the eyeliner, I'm a little bit more impressed with it today than I was. However, having to go back and forth to pick up more product was a little bit annoying. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use the pencil liner. This, I think I already said, I have not used this side yet. So first I'm gonna tight line. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people don't like to see this. And another thing actually with that liquid eyeliner, it feels thick. It feels like the consistency of it is quite thick. I mean, how else do I say it? I feel like it actually looks thick and it feels just as thick. So I don't like that. I like more of a liquidy liquid liner. And now I'm gonna go ahead and apply this on my bottom waterline. I thought it was gonna be like a really intense black, but it's not at all. You can build it up. So I guess that's nice, but even that, actually no, you can't. No. It seemed like it was starting to build up a little bit, but no, it's not doing a good job with that either. I mean, it's fine. I don't need it to be super black on me right now, but if I could have at least built up the intensity of it, that would have just been amazing. But okay, let's go ahead and close this. I also feel like it's such a pain to, there we go, to close these things. Okay, overall, I'm not the biggest fan of that eyeliner. Let's just get that out there. Now for mascara, I'm gonna use this one from NYX. This is the On The Rise Volume it's not Laughed. Volume Liftscara. This is a fine mascara. It's nothing that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I actually really like it. Actually, I really, really like this for the bottom lashes. I love how it separates them and it coats them really nice and evenly, so I do enjoy that. So for eyebrows, I've actually been using this gel brow from Tom Ford in the shade Granite. I really like this, you guys. It's crazy expensive, but I like it. And anything to just do my eyebrows super quickly, I am a fan of. If you're somebody that likes that like bushy brow look, I really like this. I could not decide if I wanted this shade or Espresso. I think Espresso is the one that's before this one. Granite is the darkest shade that they have. Actually, I believe this is a new shade to the collection. But I'm happy that I did end up picking this one up. I actually bought this along with a whole bunch of other Tom Ford products. Like it was like a gift to myself for my birthday. So this is one of the products that I got. For lipstick, I've got this one. It's another product from Shanta Kai. It is the Lip Veil in the shade Talbot. Now this one's also in affiliation with another organization, and it's for the Space for Giants, which is a non-profit based in Africa that is taking a monumental approach to protecting endangered elephants and other large mammals across the continent. So I just think, again, Chantecaille is just so amazing with what they're doing. Go ahead and apply this. I'm not going to use any type of lip liner or anything. I don't know why it sits so weird all the time. So these lipsticks are just those kind that I really, okay, let me apply this first and then I'll talk. Now first of all, this is a very like natural lipstick shade for me, and I really like it. It leans a little bit on the cool side, but it's where I still enjoy it, because sometimes I don't like cool tone lipsticks on me, but this one I really do like. But yeah, so this has a really nice consistency to it. It's very hydrating. It's not a lipstick that's matte at all. It's more of a balm finish. And I've mentioned before, you guys, that I really like these type of lipsticks just because there's no fuss to them. You just apply it. You don't even really need a mirror. And they're just really good to just keep in your purse and just throw it on whenever you need to do some touching up. So I really do enjoy products like that. Now, let me go ahead and do a really quick roundup. This is going to be a super quick roundup because I told you guys already pretty much how I feel about all these products as I was applying them. So I'm pretty much going to tell you what I love, what I don't love so much, and if I would or wouldn't repurchase these products if I had the chance to try them on first before buying them. First things first, the foundation from Guerlain. This is again called the L'Essentiel. I think this is amazing. I love how it looks. I think the shade is even quite perfect for me. I love everything about this. I just wish it wasn't scented. That's the only thing I would take away from that foundation. Again, as long as you use it with a sponge, or at least for me, as long as I use it with a sponge, I think I'm going to enjoy it pretty much every time I wear it. The brushes, I love every single one of these. They perform beautifully, just very easy to maintain. They feel amazing, super soft, and not to mention like the handles are beautiful. So everything about these brushes just gorgeous. The Ghost face palette from Hourglass. This is something I wouldn't repurchase. This is just something I'm not in love with. I'm just not. This eyeshadow from Shanta Kai, this is the box to it because I cannot find the little eyeshadow. Here we go. The RHINO one, I love the cause. I actually really liked the eyeshadow itself as well. It's quite expensive. I don't know if I would recommend this to anybody, but I do love it. I have to say I do love it. As much as it hurts my pocket, I do love it. The eyeliner, I don't love this. It looks great. It lasts all day. I can attest to that. This eyeliner will not budge. But the pencil eyeliner was quite disappointing for the waterline, and I'm not very happy with how it's looking. I feel like that's actually it's already starting to fade, and I feel like it's not gonna last much longer. As far as the liquid side, it worked a lot better today. I feel like I had better luck with my wing liner on this side, but I feel like I can't get a really thin eyeliner for the days that I want a really thin eyeliner. I think like I'm limited to how my winged liner is gonna look when applying this, and I don't like. As far as the mascara, I'm just gonna throw that in here. It's good. It's not great. It's nothing special. I think for the drugstore, it's not bad at all. So if you like drugstore products and if you're in need of another mascara that's good at lengthening and separating your lashes, this is a good one. Again, I really do like it though. For my bottom lashes, I'm obsessed with it for my bottom lashes. I really like this guy from Tom Ford, the brow gel. It's amazing. I'm very happy with it. I do love it, as well as the lipstick veil from Chantecaille. This is just really nice. Again, it's Chantecaille. It's also very expensive, but I really like it, and I see myself using that on a regular basis. So to me, I don't mind. Alright guys, so that is it as far as today's video. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Make sure if you have not yet that you do hit that subscribe button before you go so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.